Please listen carefully.
Hey everybody, this is Jace with Marshall Made Collectibles, and today I am introducing a new product from MMC, and that's through Alien Hospital, and it's our Restring Kit for the 1979 Kenner Alien. Now, I've been doing a lot of Alien rehabs over the years. Every time I open one up to clean it, I find like these little rubber kits that people have tried to do themselves, where they are pushing this through the ball of the arm, like up through here. We'll try to push something like this through. The problem is it has the same tendency to do like what the internals of the 79 figure had anyway, which were these rubber elastics that get stretched out. They either break, they don't let the figure hold a pose. What I have developed through my little Alien Hospital are 5mm bungees with stainless steel hog clips and stainless steel arm stays. What this allows is it doesn't make where you have to have the rubber going into the body of the figure and pulling on particular parts. And as this plastic on these figures gets older, it's brittle, and it will prevent like the post from breaking, because basically what the elastic does is bridge the gap over the arms, almost like a G.I. Joe or a Captain Action, which is how I got the idea for these kits, because I've been making G.I. Joe and Captain Action Restring kits for years. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to install one of our kits. Now, the aliens I have here, I've already done a lot of rehab to. I've thoroughly cleaned them. I went ahead and polished the plastic. If the tails were out of shape, a lot of these will get bent over time. I've actually heated these up and straightened them out so they're back to being like they were. Cleaned all the rubber. Some of these were missing their back spikes, so these are reproduction, but the reproduction spikes that you get are usually a bright black plastic, almost a polished, and what I've done is I've colored matched with some acrylic paint so that it matches the vintage plastic of the Kenner figure. One thing that I like to stress on any of my rehabs that I do, all of my stuff is reversible. So if you want your figure back to being in the state that you got it in, nothing that I do in the way of rehabbing or fixing these figures are permanent. Like these are actually held in place, because a lot of these will have the broken piece on the upper end of the back where this would clip in, broken. These are actually held in with like a hot glue in the inside of the back portion of the figure, which if you ever wanted to change that, hot glue will peel right off without damaging the plastic, and these will come off. But in the meantime, these are here to stay and will help with visually having a complete figure. So let's go ahead and we'll put together a figure. I do, like I said, a lot of times I will, if somebody sends me their pieces, I will fix them for them. I don't have a problem with that. But what I wanted to do is come up with a kit that if you wanted to do it yourself, you could go ahead and basically do this at your house. You wouldn't have to send me anything. All you would have to do is buy the Restring Kit. When I have a figure come to me, I tighten up the legs, because the legs are usually really loose, and I also do the arms, and I'll restring those for the people. Try to keep the parts with each figure that they originally came with. Alright, and I'll show you real quick how my Restring kits work. They are 5mm elastic. They have stainless steel hog clips on them. I don't know if that's coming in focus. maybe not. And then have stainless steel that's bent concaved, so it will match the inside bevel of the arm. And all you do to use one of my kits is you push one end into one of the openings. See if I can get it in there. And this particular figure that we're doing here had the actual rubber stays still. They were just very stretched out. So that's why I'm having a little difficulty. There we go. So I just pushed the original rubber stay back into the ball and socket. So it's still in there, and it can be fished out with tweezers if somebody wanted to. So we have one arm ready to go. Then all you do is you put together your figure. Grab the right body portions. What one's this? You can go ahead and put your other stay in. And actually, the way I've made these, if you want it to, you don't have to open up your figure to do these. You see right there, the arms are together just through my elastic. You see how the figure is done. I hope I have enough light going in here. And that was one of the main supports. And actually, a screw goes in this top here, in the bottom here, and then off to the sides. But those are where the rubber elastics used to be. And that's, like I said, it will get brittle over time. What we're basically going to do is we're going to just string arm to arm and over or under. It depends on how you want to do it. Basically like that. And then we're going to sandwich the figure back together. One leg, two legs, the back. Slowly work it together. If you have to, pull your arms out a little bit. And he snaps into place. We'll go ahead and take some of our screws. And I'm doing this live, so just slightly tighten. So we want to make sure we got everything in place. Now, the way Kenner had originally done these, there is no friction in that arm socket. So a lot of these figures, when you get them, because that rubber bungee in them is so loose and stretched out, they can't hold their arms up. They just fall down to their sides. And it's a little depressing for such a badass figure that can't even hold up his arms. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and tighten those up. Don't want to tighten them too much because that plastic is old. It is, like I said, very brittle. And every one of these I've ever got, the arms are very loose, the legs are extremely loose. But that's why I try to work it out where that is fixed. And so far I've had a lot of happy customers. Okay, and basically that's exactly what we've got here. We've got our arms with our new elastic in place. Let's see if we can get the camera to go back. See if we can pan up. You see the arms will hold poses now. They're not, normally you couldn't do that with the figure, they would just fall to the sides, but we have full functioning, and you don't have to worry about that elastic ever getting stretched out. That 5mm will last as long as this figure's around, or as long as you'd be alive to have it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do another one. I'll go ahead and leave that camera up so you can see. I'm sorry, that camera was kind of pointed down. Again, we've got our base body. We've got one of my Alien Hospital Restring Kits. And I think it's funny because I've seen people sell like rubber bands with little round grommets on them, and they'll sell them on eBay as a restring or something that'll last. And I mean, I understand somebody wanting to try to help people get their pieces back together. I mean, that's why I'm doing this. But those kits like that, they're not going to last. Again, got both arms through. Didn't take me any time at all. Stretch across the gap. And do one leg. And I've already tightened these legs up too. And that's a different process that I do, but that's not part of this video. Again, take our back plate piece, sandwich them together. If I can, there we go. I'm trying to do this over the camera. Slowly working the pieces together. There we go. Pull the arms out a little bit if you have to. Straighten your legs down. Alright, I'm going to put in his butt screw. Maybe. There we go. At this point, we're not trying to over tighten. Put in his neck screw. If I can get it to fall in place. And when I rehab, if somebody sends me their figure, I even clean these screws. That's how anal I am. And this is a little harder to do putting it together because I have that fifth spine back in there. Like I said, this one too is a reproduction. That seems to be the most prevalent missing part on these figures besides the domes. Although I've had quite a few domes come in that are original. And if you do send me your figure to be rehabbed, I can get a majority of those scratches or marks out of an original dome too. And how? Well, I'm not going to give all my secrets because then why would you need me? Not too tight. There we go. Just finger tighten. Good. Again, butt screw. Excellent. And again, arms. Now these figures, when they came to me, both of them, they couldn't hold a pose to save their life. And now they're back to being full-fledged 18-inch counter badasses that they were when they originally came out. Put his dome on. His dome on. There we go. Well, that's an original dome, so it sits a little bit wider than the reproduction one. But anyway, Just wanted to show you real quick how the Restring Kit works, how easy it was. I just basically did 2 figures in no time, and all it takes is a Phillips screwdriver, or like I said, you don't have to undo it. You can actually thread it across, and all you need is one of my Restring kits. Alien Hospital Restring Kit for the 1979 Kenner Alien. And on the back I have my business card and information, so if you ever need to get in touch with me, or if you need any custom figures or restoration, or if you're looking for a particular toy or piece, you can always give me a call. And again, thanks for watching, and this is Jace for Marshall Made Collectibles.